In 1934, Charles Richter developed a scale to measure and compare the magnitude of earthquakes. To come up with the data to measure on the scale, we first must understand how the magnitude is measured. Seismic waves are vibrations from earthquakes that pass through the earth and are recorded by a seismogram. The magnitude of earthquakes can be determined from the data recorded by seismograph stations. Seismologists are able to come up with the numbers by using a logarithm of the amplitude of waves recorded by seismographs. For example, an earthquake that measures 8.2 versus one that measures 8.0 may seem relatively close in strength, but in fact, the bigger one is 10 to the 0.2, or approximately 1 1/2 times stronger than the smaller one. A seismologist from the USGS is in charge of investigating a recent trend in California earthquakes. A report on this trend has not been gathered in a few weeks, and a number of earthquakes have occurred since then. In order to fully examine and analyze the trend in earthquakes, she will review the last 20 earthquakes in California recorded in the last 3 days to determine whether the magnitude of earthquakes is increasing or decreasing. She will compare all earthquakes to the average magnitude collected by the last report, 1.2. To help her solve this problem, she will use a data table, come up with a logarithmic equation, and a graph of the equation. After analyzing all the data, we come up with the following equation. This also leads to the conclusion that there's an increasing trend because all the values in the equation are positive. Okay, so here we have a data table with the Richter values on the left and then the times more powerful in comparison to the 1.2 average of last month on the right. And you can see by arranging them in order from least to greatest, you can definitely see an increasing trend in power in comparison from last recordings earthquakes. Here you see a graph of the data which shows an increasing trend. Here's a graph of the original logarithmic equation given to us by the data. It further gives us evidence that there's an increasing trend because the natural log is always positive.